Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to another episode on J of All Trades. Today, I'm going to be doing a head-to-head comparison review on these two spot cleaners that I have in front of me right here. So here on my right is the Hoover CleanSlate XL, and here to my left is from a company called UWANT, and it's the Y100 spot cleaner. Now, I've actually done a review on this CleanSlate XL before on this channel, and I'm gonna include a link in the description so you guys can actually check that review out. So today, I really wanna focus on how this Y100 goes up against this CleanSlate XL. And maybe you might actually feel like this Y100 might better fit your needs. So we're going to have a head-to-head comparison here today to see how these two spot cleaners perform. And I'll be testing it on a rug as well as on some upholstery today. Some of us may have pets, we may have children, or we may even be creating messes ourselves, whether it be in our car or on our couches, on our beds. Wherever, you can actually use these two spot cleaners to actually clean those messes out. So let's begin with some of these accessories and some of these features. Now here with the CleanSlate XL, it comes with 3 attachments here. And you're gonna see that there are 2 attachments that have brushes on them. And this is for a narrow space, and this is for a much wider space. And here we have the silicone attachment here. And these are silicone bristles that can actually scrub into carpet or whatever fabric you're working on. And it'll better help you to break up any kind of dirt or debris in that fabric. Now the CleanSlate XL also comes with its own portable spot cleaner. And this spot cleaner is mixed into the water to create a nice cleaning solution for your needs. Now the Y100 comes with these 2 attachments here. One is for cleaning the hose, and this is for your general cleaning. Now, one thing you're gonna notice here is that it comes also with a silicone brush here, just like the CleanSlate XL. But now I can actually flip this over and I have a brush right in the same attachment here. Whereas with the CleanSlate XL, you actually have to change the entire attachment. So that's something that I think is pretty cool about the Y100. You don't have to actually change the entire attachment. You can just flip this right over and you're good to go with the silicone side. Now, one thing you're gonna notice is the size of these attachments. The Hoover CleanSlate XL has bigger attachments, whereas the Y100 has a little bit smaller attachments. So this is going to be better to cover a larger surface area, and this is going to be better for those small stains where you really want to get into some tight spots. Now, one thing that the Y100 comes with that the CleanSlate XL does not come with is this pattern here. And as you can see, this is very soft, and this is made for delicate surfaces. So if you have anything delicate, you can actually use this pattern. And what you'll do is flip this over, pop this right out, and you could put this right in, and you're all set to go. Now, I think that this is very versatile because it allows you to have this 2-in-1 attachment here, as well as this one for delicate surfaces into this one attachment. So that really helps to save time. Now, one thing in common that you'll notice with these 2 attachments here is that you can actually flip this cap right off and you can actually clean inside of here, and you can do the same with the CleanSlate XL. So that's something that they both have in common, and I think that is a very useful feature when it comes to cleaning. So again, it's very easy to just snap this right on, and you can put that away for storage. Another thing that the UWANT Y100 comes with is its own cleaning solution as well. And here you can see that this is actually a bigger bottle of cleaning solution. So that's a nice thing. All right, so just in case you're wondering, if you run out of the cleaning solution, you can always go on Amazon and pick up some carpet cleaner here. And this is some Oxy carpet cleaner, and you can mix it into this water here and you'll be good to go with these spot cleaners. One of the things that I love about both of these spot cleaners is the location of these handles. They're right at the top where it's just easy to grab and go. But one thing that I do notice is that this CleanSlate XL is quite heavier than this Y100. So that may be something to think about. Now, to turn on the power for the Hoover XL, you're gonna find the power button right here at the top, and it's a push button. And for the Y100, the power is basically turned on by this knob here, straight to that water droplet, and then you're good to go. And to turn it off, you just turn it this way and it's off. All right, guys, so here's a little major difference with these two spot cleaners. So with the UWANT Y100, you have one container here that just snaps right out, and you can just open it up. And here you have a compartment for your dirty water, and here you fill up this compartment for your clean water. So when all your dirty water reaches this maximum level right here on this side, it's time to dump this. And here is where you will fill up your clean water and your mixing solution. Now, when you're done filling these up or emptying it out, you can just plop it right back in there and you're good to go. So in terms of time, I think this probably will save you a lot of time in filling up and dumping because it's all in one container. Now, when we look at the CleanSlate XL here, we have a separate compartment for your dirty water, and we have another compartment here for your clean water. So this offers a little bit less when it comes to portability, but it does offer a little bit more storage for your clean water as well as your dirty water. Now to put these back on, you're gonna line it up over here and snap it right into place, and you're all set to go. Now, when it comes to comparing the specs on this, I couldn't find any specs much on the Hoover CleanSlate XL. However, with the UWANT Y100, it has a 600 watt motor as well as 18 kPAs of suction power. So that's a lot of suction power for a spot cleaner. Now let's check out the hose lengths on both of these. Now here, side by side, when you put these together, it actually appears like the UWANT Y100 has a longer hose. However, you'll notice that the CleanSlate XL's hose actually starts a little bit further back here. So pretty much they have about the same length of hose when you check that. Now to wrap this hose up for storage, they both basically wrap around the bottom. And you bring it around one more time, and you secure the hose right here on this clip, and you're all set to go. Now to wrap up the hose on the CleanSlate XL, it's very similar. You'll wrap it around the bottom here, all the way around, and you'll secure it right to this clip right on the back here. Now that we've gone through some specs and some features of these spot cleaners, let's put them to the test and start cleaning something. All right, guys, so the first item here that we're gonna clean is the upholstery on this seat here. And I have two young daughters that got carried away with their snacks, as you can see, and there's quite a bit of stains on this piece of upholstery here. And so we're gonna put these two spot cleaners to the test and see how they do in a real world situation. All right, guys, so I've gotten this set up right here in front of me, and I have some tape right in the middle to separate both sides. So we have the Hoover that's going to be cleaning this side of this piece of upholstery, and we have the Y100 cleaning this side. And so we're going to have a side-by-side comparison here to see how these do with cleaning this piece of upholstery. And here you're going to notice that I'm using the bristle attachments to basically scrub into this upholstery here, and we're going to see how it performs. So the first thing you want to do is you want to spray the solution on the upholstery. So for the Y100, the nozzle for that is right here at the top. So the water and the solution comes out here at the top of this attachment. And here on the Hoover, it actually comes out right here on the bottom. And so that's a difference that these two have. Now here, you're just going to spray the solution evenly across the upholstery. You're just going to distribute this evenly and then let it soak for a little bit. All right, guys, so now that I've sprayed the solution on the upholstery, I'm going to use the brush here and I'm going to work this into the upholstery. All right, and I'm going to wait a few seconds here and I'll let that work right in, and then we're gonna start sucking this up. You wanna make sure that you move this attachment in an even pace, and you just wanna take your time to allow it to just suck up everything out of the upholstery. And there you can see that it's removing some stain, and you can already see that the color is lightening up. Let's try the Y100. Now right away on the first pass here, I can see it's already starting to lighten up. So that's telling me that this is removing some stain here and some dirt and grime. And it's really bringing this upholstery back to its original color. So that's a really good thing to see. Now I've decided to hit this a second time with some cleaning solution here. And I'm just gonna distribute this evenly again and allow this to soak in. And this will allow us to get even more stains and grime out of this. After leaving this to soak for a little bit, on the second pass now, I can clearly see that this is lightening up even more, and it's definitely removing some more dirt and grime off of this. So the Hoover is definitely doing well with the upholstery here. Now we're gonna go over to the Y100, and we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. And right away, I see that this is lightening up even more, and it's definitely removing more dirt and grime off of this upholstery. So I strongly suggest using a second pass over the tough stains. And as you can see before your very eyes that this UWANT is starting to bring this upholstery back to its original color. This is showing me that this will probably do very well on your car upholstery as well. All right, guys, so there's the test with the upholstery. And as you can see that both of these did very, very well. And I would say that it didn't remove 100% of the stains. I would say about 90 to 95% of the stains are gone. And maybe with another pass, we can do even better and bring it up to 95 to 98%. So these both perform very well when it comes to upholstery. All right, guys, here is our next test. And I'm in my daughter's playroom here, and there's quite a bit of stains on this carpet. As you can see, there's some that are isolated. And over here, we have two distinct stains here of crayon on this piece right here. And so we're gonna put these spot cleaners to the test and see if it can remove that stain off of this rug. All right, guys, so we're gonna start out with the UWANT Y100 on this stain here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it on, we're gonna spray it, and then we'll let that sit for a little bit, and then we'll start to extract whatever that has broken up. Here I'm using the soft silicone bristles to just work the solution into the rug. I can still slightly see a little bit of crayon, so I'm just gonna hit it a second time and see if that fully removes the stain. As you can see, we've completely removed this crayon stain off of this rug, and the UWANT Y100 was 100% effective at removing that crayon stain off of it. So we removed the stain that was previously here, and now we're gonna use this Hoover to attempt to remove this stain on this side. Here again, I'm using the soft silicone bristles on this CleanSlate XL. I definitely have to give this a second pass because I still see quite a bit of crayon still left over. As you can see, it took a little bit more effort with the Hoover to remove that stain, and there might be a slight bit of that stain still visible, but we can probably do another pass and fully get rid of it. So I don't know if it's just a deeper stain or maybe if it has to do with the suction, but it definitely still did a good job of removing most of that stain off of this rug. Both of these cleaners have self-cleaning features where they clean their hoses, and with the UWANT Y100, it comes with this attachment here that also serves as a measuring cup. So for this particular tank that uses about 32 ounces of water, you'll fill this up to 30 milliliters of cleaning solution and mix that into the water. And it also doubles up as a cap to allow you to clean the hose. It snaps right on there. You turn this on, press this button, and it actually cleans itself. To use the self-cleaning feature on this Hoover, you're going to remove this attachment here. You're going to turn the Hoover around, and you're going to stick the hose right in here. And once it's in there, you're going to turn the unit on. This clearly requires a little bit more effort than the UWANT Y100, but it does get the job done. This concludes our test of these two spot cleaners today, and I must say that both of them perform very well and I'm very impressed with them. Now with the Hoover, I was really impressed with the strong suction, with all the storage that you have for the clean water as well as the dirty water, and it just has a larger capacity for the storage. Now in terms of the hose length as well as the wire length, it was great and it gave me a lot of portability in that sense. And I also like the handle on it, as well as some of the features when it comes to the connections. However, the UWANT Y100 also performed very well, especially when it came to the versatility of these connections here and being able to swap them out. It also performed a little bit better with crayon removal on the rug, which I was very impressed with. I also like this feature of this 2-in-1 water tank. It's just easy to operate with one hand, and it just has a really nice ease of use. Another thing that I particularly liked about this UWANT Y100 is its suction power. That 18 kPa of suction power really shines, especially when it comes to removing crayon on that rug. And I also like its portability, where the size really allows you to fit into tight spaces, like let's say a car or any upholstery in a vehicle. So overall, I really think this is really good for large spaces, and I think this is really good if you're looking for something compact and powerful that you can get into really tight spaces. So I'm going to include a link in the description for both of these spot cleaners so you can go out there and get it if you'd like. If you like this video and you found it to be valuable, please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so you can continue to get more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys on the next one.